Outlaws, it's your boy, the True 777. Look, I'm just coming to you with a real quick video. I never did I'm not gonna do a top 10. I'm gonna do like a top six and just do my favorite six games of the year. Um, Out of the like 23 games, I really only have six that I find worthy of like speaking on. Um, so I'm gonna just do a quick top six and then just talk a little bit about the whole Xbox rumors and keep it moving. Oh, and the Sony and give maybe a little bit more in depth thought on the Sony kadokawa thing. So first of all, let me do it in reverse. Sony and kadokawa. Kadokawa came to Sony. That's the facts. It is factually known that Sony has been trying to get. I mean, that Kadokawa has been trying to get Sony to buy them. And they basically been at a standstill for years. The biggest issue is that Sony just wants the anime, the manga, and the gaming sites, and they want to get rid of everything else here. Y'all keep the merchandising and anything else y'all got. We just want the specific things. And Kadokawa has a lot of different other ventures that Sony is not interested in, doesn't want any part of, and Kadokawa is like all or nothing. And that's where they've been at a standstill since. They've been working together ever since then, but Kadokawa has been consistently trying to get Sony to acquire them as a whole, and Sony has been consistently trying to get Kadokawa to just let them buy the three functions of Kadokawa or three sectors of Kadokawa and move on. They have never been able to come to an agreement on that, and even in this time frame where they was, in a place where they possibly could have been hostile taking over, I don't think that Sony ever was really looking to acquire Kadokawa. I think Sony was very steadfast on, hey, we want these three sectors and that's it. And Kadokawa was, as we know, what for the few years they've been talking or dealing, who knows exactly how long. We just know Kadokawa came to Sony first and said, hey, all or nothing. So I think they came with a mutual agreement. Hey, we'll just continue our partnership, make it a little stronger with you buying these things, and then that way you can have involvement in the parts that you want, and we can still have our whole company. And I think that's the most beneficial move for Sony and Kadokawa. I just think that Sony probably should have invested a little bit more. I think they should have pushed it to like 20, 23%, something like that, just because then you have way more say in the anime and manga and the gaming. And I know people are focused on uh, Bloodborne and all that, no, Elden Ring and all that stuff. Me, I'm not focused on that. As an anime fan, I'm focused on the anime. I'm not a huge fan of what Sony does with anime, but I'm not against them either. Like, I'm not these people that, oh, Sony's the bad guy. Like, there's no good or bad guys in this. It's people just doing what they need to do for their companies and their corporations and what benefits them. The same way consumers want what benefits them, sales and things to be cheap. No more high ground and all the stupidity, to be honest with you. You know, that's why you just got to give your love and respect to your Lord and Savior or whatever faith you choose to believe in, because that's about the best high moral ground you're going to get. And then just don't cast judgment on anybody else for what they choose to do or believe. Just, walk in your path and focus on you and your family and stop trying to relegate and delegate to everyone else. But regardless, uh, yeah, man, I'm pretty sure this is beneficial, them having the highest stake or whatever. I think they should do a little bit more. They should go about 23%. And then, you got more movies and stuff because Sony Films is like their big major films have been flopping left and right. All this Spider Man that ain't connected to Disney, the Spider Man universe is trash. I mean, it's fine, but it's nothing special, and it's losing massive money. They don't. Their new ideas of regular films do absolutely outstanding. Actually, factually, they do outstanding, but they're not reaching the global market that they want. So maybe some of these animes, if you do it right, like Netflix is with One Piece and stuff, you can then, in turn, you know what I'm saying, get some of this market since anime is like the new hot thing at this current juncture. So I don't know, but you got to do it right. It got to be, One Piece ain't the best, but it's the best live action anime adaptation you can say as of currently. And if you could do it better than that, you might have something. You may have the next big thing with some of these animes that you can utilize from Kadokawa and stuff. So I'm just saying they should have did like 23%, but I ain't in Sony, so they did what they did. It is what it is. They have a say at the board now. Cool. With that being said, let's move on to Xbox, where Xbox is pretty much in a very weird space. You know, they're not console anymore. They're just doing the whole third party app and third party thing. But I feel as if they're not doing the consoles. I think the console's dead for Xbox. I could be wrong, but I don't think they're doing another console. I don't think they're doing the handheld even. I think what they're moving on to is PC in the PC space, however they want to see it. I know Jess from Groundhouse has been speaking on this where, hey, you can utilize our UI and Windows and stuff, and then build these other companies, Lenovo and stuff, can build a PC around it. And they hope that everybody takes to that. And that didn't work for a lot of companies that have tried that. So we'll see. I'm not saying it can't work. I'm just saying it's a weird space to be. But what it seems like to me the most that what they're doing is they're trying to build this store slash UI, like this, Windows, Microsoft, gaming store slash UI that is, well, now we're not competing with Sony and Nintendo, but now you want to compete with Steam and Epic while being their friends is a very weird space to be in. You know what I mean? Like, hold on, we're not competing, but we're doing the same thing you're doing. You know what I mean? We're gonna have like this Xbox storefront that is more similar to Steam and Epic, right? That you can then launch the third party app from and play our games directly, and then even maybe hopefully the third party games like the Steam launcher or whatever it does. I don't think the Steam launcher launches all the games. You still have to have other launchers or whatever. So but you can be directed to the other launchers from our third party app. And I just feel that's weird. Like, I would rather compete with Sony and Nintendo than Steam and Epic, because Epic is not even making any ground on Steam, and they're giving everything away and it's not really working. And they're still out there, fighting and battling. I don't know. I don't quite I don't think anybody really understands Microsoft's strategy. I don't think Microsoft understands Microsoft's strategy, but they're trying stuff. Their point is they're throwing everything. They're basically putting all the eggs in different basket, throwing shit at a wall, and they definitely gonna see what sticks. And whatever sticks is what they're gonna run with from here on out. That's what it seems like they're doing. If Valve comes out with a console, there's no point for them to come out with some kind of PC variant, and Valve's doing that because again, with Steam and Valve, it just would kind of make Xbox a pointless point. And then what you're going to do? Try to say, oh, come back to the console space against Sony and Nintendo, who you are going to give the leg up because who knows what you're doing. But we'll see. To be honest with you, I just would hope. I don't care. I just want Microsoft to make a decision. You know what I mean? If you're going out the console space and you're just going to be a third party app, just be that. You know what I mean? And say we'll compete from here and we'll see where that goes. Uh, but you're trying to keep your foot in all the doors and be prepared. For me, it's not registering. Not that it's wrong or right. It's just not registering on why that is what it is. But it is what it is. So moving on, I just wanted to wrap this up by giving my top 6. So everybody that watched my Fuse video, you will know that basically Final Fantasy VII is my game of the year for sure. Absolutely amazing game. Still my favorite game of all time, the original PlayStation 1 one. But I absolutely love the remake. It was like 99% perfect, but that 1% made me almost, like I said, disdain and hate the game with every fiber of my being. I hated the way they ended the game. The ending part of the story was so stupid. They were doing all kinds of crazy stuff with the ending that I was okay with. And there's just one single point, probably about a 10-second clip of the ending, that I was just like, and I'm over it. This whole game is absolute garbage. Like, I wanted to break my controller. I was so angry. So I'm trying to hold to that. Eventually, the third game will help me feel better. I truly don't have any faith in Square Enix. I don't. When they were Squaresoft, I loved them as Squaresoft. I loved them as Square Enix in the beginning, and now they're just starting to do stupid stuff. This money grubbing that they're going for and getting stupid with the money is just, it's getting old, and I don't really care for who they are. They kind of, to me, are starting to lose a little bit of their passion. Not all, because the game is still amazing. You know what I mean? And they're trying to do too much with their artistic stylings, and the company, the money side is doing too much. So regardless, number one game still doesn't matter because the game was daggone near perfect for me. Next up would be Grand Blue Fantasy Relink. That's the runner up. Think the game was amazing. I'm not even into Monster Hunter. It has like a Monster Hunter feel. It's not exactly Monster Hunter, but it's definitely Monster Hunter S. Very closer to Monster Hunter than anything else that I can refer to. But I play, 4-player mode online and had a blast. I think I got like through 300 hours in the game. So absolutely adore it. Let me think. Let me think. Oh, um, next up will be Dave the Diver. That game is amazing. I will be playing the DLCs. I haven't got to them yet, but I will. I played the Godzilla DLC, but all the other DLCs that came out, I haven't played them yet. But when I will get around to them. I got other games that I'm trying to get into, so there's that. Um, but Dave the Diver is fun, and it's one of the best uses of the controller in a long time too. All games use the controller. The levels are very minimum to moderate. Dave the Diver is high. I know some people don't think so, but I think it's up there with Astrobot. Astrobot is the pinnacle, and then Dave the Diver is very, very close to utilizing the controller at full force. Um, from there on, I would have to say Zao. Um, yeah, Tales of Zao was really, really, really fun. I like Castlevania style side scrollers, so I had a blast with it. I platinumed it. It had a great story. I don't know nothing about like African culture like that. You don't study that in school or anything unless you go to like college and like particularly study that. So it was pretty cool to see the things they believed in the stories that they have. So I really enjoyed that game. And then last is Pacific Drive. Still haven't beaten it, but it's definitely on my list. I will beat it in January. That's my goal. I will beat it in January for sure. Outside of that, I don't have anything else. So, hope y'all enjoy your holidays. I'm out.